Show me the other way.
We go in, you get the briefing, I get the dossier she left behind. Then go home together.
Anything changes on base, keep walking.
This is it.
After this next moment, everything will change. Are we crazy?
Certifiable.
Welcome to NocBro Nation.
Welcome back, guys. Jarrell here.
And I'm Josh, and today we're here to talk about The Ones Who Live finale. Final thoughts, discussions before, the finale is upon us. I mean, we are a week away.
Less than a week away by the time you guys are watching this.
We just finished episode 5, so a lot of stuff to talk about here.
Yeah, so less than a week away from the time you guys are watching this, but we're recording this immediately after watching episode 5. So amazing information what we got from episode 5. We saw the teaser trailer, of course. Rick and Michonne are going back. Jadis's death was needed, but it was done in a very, very well manner. Congrats again to Pollyanna McIntosh for her portrayal of Jadis. In the end, she became Anne. In the end, I think as she kind of said, she realized that Rick and Michonne, can do anything. And I think in a way she wanted to keep Rick around for as long as she could, so then Rick could realize what they're planning. And I felt in a way it was kind of Jadis's idea in a way to have Rick potentially try to stop it and make it for the better.
Did she say that though?
She didn't.
I don't think she did.
She didn't really say it. It was the way that it was more Rick thinking that. Rick kind of said, well, you left us around, you kept us alive for a purpose.
Yeah.
So it's just my thought. I don't think Jadis really meant to do that, but she wanted Rick to come along for the journey, yes, but she knew.
Could it be vindictive too, right? Because so here's my worry, my thought. It appears Rick is going to get the Echelon briefing.
I want to know what this thing is.
That's what it appears to be.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Based upon the trailer that we just watched, we can say that, right?
Yeah.
We watched the trailer. We see General Beale speaking to someone as if it is the Echelon briefing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's Rick.
And also destroying the evidence, her dossier, Jadis's dossier about Alexandria and stuff.
The question that I would have then is the Echelon briefing going to change Rick like it changed Thorne? That's the only thing that I'm worried about. So that goes back to my discussion with Jadis was it a little bit vindictive because she knows about the Echelon briefing? I don't know if she was briefed or not.
I would assume she probably was. Yeah.
So she knows it. Does she know that that's going to change Rick?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Like it changed Thorne? Mm-hmm. And then if it does change Rick, where do we stand there?
Yeah. Guys, this Echelon briefing, it sounds bad, and I've seen some comments, and I've come across a couple theory videos about it. It seems like maybe the CRM is planning another apocalypse, meaning not about the dead, about the living. It seems like they are planning on, in a way,
they want to be the last people standing.
They want to be the last people standing, and yes, they want to bring in people who are A's, not really B's, because they don't want leaders. But it seems like they want to completely wipe out as many communities, as many people as possible to only have the CRM/Civic Republic survive, because it's their community that they feel is a survival into this next future of the world of the zombie universe, the Walking Dead universe, so to speak, and only they can protect people, can bring the world back to what it was. And so they want to probably just scourge and wipe out everyone else in the United States. We're not sure if they're overseas yet, but in the United States, they want to wipe everyone out. Because, once again, the reaction from Thorne, she was very, very afraid. And the way she was talking, she was almost stuttering. She was shivering. She basically said, Rick, you don't know what I saw and what I read.
Yeah.
She was very afraid. So she's going along with it, because if she doesn't, what are they going to do? They're going to kill her.
Or she's trying to change from within because of what she heard.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm afraid of with Rick, right?
She said so many times she's not Okafor, which we know that. Okafor had a vision.
But Rick is.
Thorne could have a vision, but it could be slightly different from Okafor. But maybe she doesn't feel she's that empowered as like Okafor was.
But what I'm worried about is Rick is that type of person. And so, my fear here is that, and it's a fear mainly for us, that we're not going to get closure that we want from this series, because
season 2.
Rick is the type of person that if he hears something like this, he has to do good. He has to change what's going to happen if it's bad. He has to make it for the better. So if he hears like CRM wants to bring on a second apocalypse, well, he's going to do everything in his power to stop CRM.
Yeah. And once he tells Michonne that, she's going to do the same thing.
Because at that point, the dossier means nothing, because they're going to go after that Alexandria anyway. So it doesn't matter if you destroy the dossier at that point.
Exactly.
If you destroy the dossier, well, then Alexandria is just not going to be the first one they go after.
Exactly. Yeah.
True. They are eventually going to wipe out every community if our theory is right.
If the theory is right. That's what I feel the Echelon Briefing is. I just feel that the CRM wants total control, and anyone that's out in the wilderness is a threat to their survival and existence, and they're going to wipe them out. That's what I think the Echelon Briefing is, because it sounds brutal. And even Jadis kind of, in a way, it explained it, not full details, but she kind of reiterated, in a way, what Thorne said. You have no idea what they're planning to do. What the CRM's planning to do, she kind of says in a way like, this is the future, but it's going to be brutal because no one's going to survive it unless you're already part of the Civic Republic and the CRM. Yeah, guys. God, one more episode. I mean, even in the teaser trailer, guys, they just marketed it as the finale. They didn't say series finale. They just marketed it as a finale. We don't know. I honestly don't think they can finish this in one more episode. We need another season.
Unless they finish at the base. We do know all the top brass is going to be there. We do know the capability for Rick to end this thing is there in that scene.
He's there.
The question is, do they end it and then give us a flash forward, to a year later?
Right.
That's the only way I see them. If they don't do that, then this is truly something where it has to be a second season.
Yeah.
So
what do you think the only way, so they're at this summit, all the top brass is there, including General Beale, including Thorne. What do you think is the only way that they could potentially wipe them all out? Now, yes, there's they're at a base, so there's fuel, there's things to make bombs, fire, but I don't know if they have enough time. I don't think they have time at all. I was thinking maybe what would be cool is they would have a massive horde on the horizon, make all these explosions, blow up the wall, and just a horde of walkers come in and take everyone out. It's going to be a battle because they're in a base, so they're going to have ammunitions and firefighting, but I don't know if that's going to happen because Rick and Michonne aren't searching for like a horde that they can just okay, let's put them behind this fence for how many days and then bring a horde in. I don't know if it's going to be that. I'm sure walkers will get in there somehow, but
could be chlorine bombs.
Could be the chlorine gas. Yes, they could ignite the chlorine gas. That would be an epic finale to wipe everyone out.
It would be an FU, right? You did this to so many communities.
It would be.
We're doing it to you.
It would be, yeah.
We do see shots to some artillery shells.
Yeah, dude.
In that trailer. And a very ominous view of these shells, almost these are the ones that are going to blow everyone up.
Yeah. Chlorine would be good.
Yeah.
That would be good. But they got to be able to get out of there quick unless they have the proper protections.
But also, what is the CRM, what's the Civic Republic's view of that going to be, right? We know that the Civic Republic doesn't necessarily agree with what the military, their power that they have right now, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to freak out when their military was blown up, right? They could still be like, okay, well, we didn't like how they were running things, but who the hell blew up our military?
Yeah. Well, that's what Michonne said, and that's why I don't think they have enough time to do it in an episode. So Michonne, was telling, as Jadis was dying, we're going to go back there, we're going to get your dossier, we're going to find out the Echelon Briefing, we're going to tell the people of the Civic Republic what the CRM has been hiding from them, because a lot of people don't know what you're doing, and they're not going to agree with it. So you have all those things that you have to do. You have to try to rise up the people from the Civic Republic, not just in Philadelphia. As we know, Philadelphia, Portland are the true only major cities of the Civic Republic left because Omaha was wiped out. But how are you going to bring the people to rise up against them when it's a military who have easy ways to just wipe out the regular citizenship?
But we haven't even seen the regular Civic Republic.
We haven't, no.
Brass. We haven't even seen their panel.
The governing people.
We
nothing.
We haven't seen that.
That's what I'm saying. It can't be just this.
You can't sit there and just drop leaflets and say, "Hey, this is what the military is doing."
Exactly. You can't do that.
You're not talking to the top people.
You need time to build that up, and that's why another season would really help to bring in the civilians of the Civic Republic to then form a revolt and rise up against the military to then truly do that. And that's why they can't do it in this one episode. You can't. That's why.
If I had to guess, there's going to be another season.
There's got to be another season. I think this finale is truly going to focus on Rick getting there, destroying the dossier, finding out the Echelon briefing of their plans, destroying the summit. Now, they may not wipe out everyone, but they're going to take out a big chunk of their force, right? And then the second season will then go into all the planning stages of the citizenship, talking to maybe the top brass of the Civic Republic to govern all that stuff, and then in the end, get back home.
Does Beale make it?
I kind of want him to.
I think he's got to.
I kind of want him to survive because if they do another season, then he'll be a focal point in the next season for everything that would happen. Yeah. What about Thorne? Do you think Thorne is going to change sides?
I think Thorne is going to change sides. I think that Rick getting back, I don't know. The thing that worries me again is Rick getting this Echelon briefing.
Yeah.
I just don't know what his reaction's going to be of that. Thorne, you could make an argument, wasn't that great of a person before the Echelon briefing.
No, I mean she even tried to kill it. She even tried to kill Okafor.
So it's like she wasn't the greatest.
She's not the greatest
person,
right? Yeah,
she's not like Rick. Thorne was just ruthless before.
She's not. Honestly, she's not I loved when Michonne in episode 5 was talking to Rick about Thorne. She's like, she's trying too hard, and she is. She's not. She's leading because she has to lead because she's put in that position, but it seems like she doesn't want to lead, and that's why she always kept saying, or she always told Rick, "I'm not Okafor." Yeah. Okafor was a leader. He was a 100% leader. I like that character. Sucks that he was gone, but I think he could have done very great things in whatever plan that he was trying to do. She's not Okafor, as she keeps saying, and I think that she's fearful that, yes, she has to lead, but she doesn't want to, and you kind of see it. I do kind of like when she was giving the orders in that episode with Rick and Michonne when they were going to fight the Delts. Thank you guys for clarifying that it's Delts, not Delts. But just the way that she gives orders, it just, and then she was going to do a Shane vibe and kill Michonne. I didn't like it. I like the character though. But she's a little mysterious. Yeah, I think with Rick coming back, Rick and Michonne coming back, she'll see Rick and Michonne are alive, so she's like, okay.
I don't think Michonne's going to be shown. The reason why is they're going to follow the same path.
Well, they showed a shot of Michonne in CRM gear.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean that everyone knows she's there.
True. Yeah, you're right.
So what I meant by that was the deal that they were about to make with Jadis was Michonne would go back and they would play it off like Rick was the lone survivor of the crash.
That's what he said. That's true. Yeah.
So, and then you see in the trailer that we just saw, Rick is walking up to the gate alone.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm thinking that he comes to that facility. General Beale says, "Oh my gosh, he came back. He could have went to his family.
He could have left."
Boom, he's getting the Echelon briefing. Yep. I trust him now.
Yeah.
He's not going to run.
He'll sneak
He's
Michonne
all
in. Yeah, he'll sneak Michonne in.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Michonne's coming in the back.
Yeah, she'll have a helmet on. She'll have to put up her hair so it won't fall down or whatever. But you're right. I think he's going to play it off like he's a lone survivor. He's going to come up with some excuse like, well, it was weather. Yeah. Lightning struck the helicopter. We freaking crashed. He could ask, well, where's Commandant it's not Michonne, but whatever name she gave, where's Commandant, whatever, she died.
Yeah.
Everyone died in the crash except for me. I survived.
Yeah, he's gonna be debriefed on the situation, and I think he's gonna be debriefed by General Beale. Thorne is gonna be in the room.
Thorne's
too.
gonna be in that room.
And during that debriefing, I'm guessing Beale maybe will tell Thorne, excuse Thorne, and give him the Echelon briefing.
What do you think's gonna? What do you think? Well, here's another question. Do you think Beale is gonna mention Jadis?
That's the question: is where's Jadis? Like,
Well, we know she's dead.
no,
but
we
when
know.
word
but,
gets back,
but Beale doesn't know.
Beale doesn't know. So she's part of a reclamation team, but she was by herself technically. When does word get back that she's gone?
Was she the reclamation team?
She was probably the only person.
Yeah.
Even though she told Rick, Rick was like, "You're not alone," and Rick was like, "You're alone," and she was like, "How dare you?" Almost like, "Really? You think I'm alone?" Yeah. No, she was 100,000% alone because this was her private mission to go after Rick. And
my
Michonne
guess is
without them knowing.
I guess it'll be some quick comment like, "She's not here.
She's dead" or something.
know?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're right. I think. Thorne and Beale will be in the room, and then Beale will excuse Thorne, and then Beale will give him the Echelon brief. Now, I cannot wait. I want them to have that camera on Rick's face, and I hope they direct him in a good way to where you see something in his eyes like, holy effing crap, what is this? But he's going to play it off like, yeah, let's do it. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Let's do it.
Yeah. The only other thing, which I loved in this episode, by the way, how he was like, "Okay,
Yeah, sure.
all right."
Yeah.
The only other thing that I think they could do with Michonne is if because I do think that that's going to happen, but if it doesn't, the other thing I can think of is they both come back. Beale maybe sees, hey, she survived this. She's a part of the military now. So Michonne becomes a part of the military as well.
Right.
But Rick is given the Echelon briefing. So,
Yeah.
There's a couple ways that it could go.
Consignee.
But
Sorry, I said confidant. Or
I
whatever,
would guess
consignee.
that she's going to sneak in.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, this finale, I with a lot of stuff that we just talked about, they can't do a lot of our theories in one episode. And I still think that this episode is solely going to be them just on the base. Yeah. And this episode was a shorter episode. This episode was about 48 minutes long on AMC Plus, no commercials. I'm hoping the finale is close to an hour, but I just don't think they could really wrap this up. I think we need another season to truly, truly wrap it up, because what's the biggest loose end? The CRM. It's the biggest force in the United States, in the Walking Dead universe. They have a ton of freaking soldiers. The civilians don't know what's going on, and they're the loose end. Yeah, we could say, well, everyone's on the summit. We can wipe out everyone in the summit. Well, there's going to be leaders in Philadelphia who will just take over. Yep, everyone was wiped out. I'm the new general now. Let's continue our work.
Well, not just that, but it goes back to my theory of like, hey, just because the military is doing their own thing and the Civic Republic doesn't like it, doesn't mean that the Civic Republic isn't going to be questioning or worried about the fact that their military was blown up.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and we also have General Kublik sitting in a jail cell in Philadelphia. So there is that to think about as well. Like, if Beale gets killed, is she just going to step in because she was just as ruthless?
Yeah. Kublik from World Beyond, for those who didn't watch World Beyond, where a lot of the CRM stuff came about, she was placed... Jadis put her in custody at the end of World Beyond, and she's just sitting in a jail cell if she's still alive.
Yeah. Now, she could attest to the fact that the military is evil, and who knows? Like, maybe if there is a next season, maybe she plays a pivotal role in helping Rick, air out the dirty laundry of the military, right? So,
and Silas. I wish we would see Silas.
I know. I'm with you. I don't see all of this getting wrapped up in an hour episode.
No.
Like, it's insane.
I would say half an hour to 40 minutes of this episode, they're going to be in that base.
Something tells me
they're going to be in the base.
Something tells me, man, that like at the end of this episode, it's going to go black, and then we're going to get a the ones who live will return.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or Rick and Michonne will return.
Mark that, guys. Stamp that. That's what's going to happen. It's going to say exactly that. Yeah, guys. I mean, if they've been, thank you AMC and thank you everyone else who's working on this. If the leaks haven't been come out, because we don't want it leaked that there's a second season like they did with Daryl Dixon. We found out there was a second season before the season was even over, and the way that they ended that season, we could have been like, what the hell? It was a cliffhanger. Yeah. If it's known that there's a second season, great. Keep it on the lockdown. Do not announce it until this series is done, or like you said, end screen goes black, Rick and Michonne return for season 2, 2025.
It's going to be that, or it goes black and we get a flash forward scene. And we get that. It's over.
I don't, yeah.
It's
If
over.
we get a flash forward of them coming home, it's done. Yeah. It's done. But there's still, that's the thing. I mean, Scott Gimple has mentioned that he wants to do more stuff, but CRM is the biggest thing out there. And you can't really wrap it up in a series, but I really think this series deserves and needs another season to really close out some of these storylines and to come up with an idea of, are we going to have an end game for the CRM at all? And the Civic Republic, not just the military, the civilians as well. Yeah. And I think another season will help to do with that, because creating another spinoff, because then we get into, okay, let's create another spinoff for this. But you're not going to have Andrew Lincoln and Denai Guerrera. You're not going to have anybody from The Walking Dead. So who are you going to have in it? I mean, unless you can get some people available, but it's like, there's
CRM.
There's people that don't like Dead City anymore.
Yeah. Because of this?
Oh, yeah, dude. They rank Ones Who Live, Daryl Dixon, Dead City.
Well, the reason why is because when you see a show like this that's done so well, forget about the spinoffs. We don't want to see them anymore. We want to see the characters that we love, and not that we don't love Negan and Maggie, but like, what's this show about? It's always been about Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I think with Dead City,
don't get me wrong. It's been about more than Rick.
Right.
I shouldn't say it's all about Rick.
I think it's just with Dead City, people just don't want the bickering between Negan and Maggie anymore. They don't want to be going after Herschel for like the 5th time, stuff like that.
I do want to see Negan and Rick reunite.
Yeah, that's what I want, bro.
Who doesn't want that?
Yeah. You want some help with taking down the CRM? Let's get Negan. He'll help out.
Dude, it would be awesome if at some point, there's no context for this in this episode, but at some point, like, someone talks to Rick and says, we heard there's this guy running things in Manhattan. Like...
He uses a bat. No, he doesn't have the bat again.
No.
Yeah, we hear this weird guy running things in Manhattan.
Wears a leather jacket.
Yeah, he wears some leather jacket. He says weird things.
Yeah.
He says, he said this. We heard some weird thing that he said. Something about pee-pee pants.
Yeah, and he whistled.
Yeah. That'd be so hilarious.
Oh, shit.
Guys, super excited for this finale. Once again, we hope that some of our weird predictions and theories might make it in, but some of those needs another season to really draw it out.
Yeah.
So we cannot wait for this. We'll find out if Rick and Michonne are going to get home in this hopefully hour-long episode. Maybe they push it to 90 minutes or something, but yeah. So guys, once again, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, let us know of our theories and thoughts in the comments of what your ideas are as well. And we will see you guys soon. I'm Jarrell.
I'm Josh.
We're NocBro Nation. We're out.